Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. जय ओम विष्णुपाद परम सर्वचाचार्य अष्टोत्तर सदस्य भक्तानंद स्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की जय ओम विष्णुपाद परम सर्वचाचार्य अष्टोत्तर सदस्य भक्तिसिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की गोलकी दास बाबू जी महाराज की श्री भक्तिविनोद ठाकुर की जगन्नाथ दास बाबू जी महाराज की श्री गोस्वामी वृंद की पंचतत्व की श्री निताय गौरांग की श्री राधन गौ नटराज की जगन्नाथ बलि सुब्रमैया की श्री महारानी की all glorious assembled devotees, all glorious assembled devotees, all glorious assembled, all glorious Guru and Gaurang. Shri Prabhupada की अष्टावक्र ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भवति उत्तमश्लोके भवति भवति नैष्ठिके। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपाकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। We are reading from Canto 10th, chapter 71 and verse number 28 to 29 to 32. We will read verse number, recite verse number 30. Evam suhridvi paryasta punyashloka shikamanihi samstuyamano Bhagavan Visheshalamkritam Puram Evam suhridvi paryasta पुण्यश्लोका शिखामणिः संस्तूयमानो भगवान् विशेषालंकृतं पुरम् एवं सुहृद्भिः पर्यास्ता पुण्यश्लोका शिखामणिः संस्तूयमानो भगवान् विशेषालंकृतं पुरम् एवं सुहृद्भिः पर्यास्ता पुण्यश्लोका शिखामणिः संस्तूयमानो भगवान् विशेषालंकृतं पुरम्। पुण्यश्लोका शिखामणि संस्तूयमानो भगवान् विशेषालंकृतं पुरम्। Mataji. एवं सुहृदे पर्यास्ता word to word meaning and translation purport to the disciples of Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki, his disciples ki jai. Evam thus Suhridbhihi, by his well-wishing relatives, Paryasta, surrounded, Punyashloka, of persons of poise renown, Shikamanihi, the crest jewel, Samstuyamanaha, being glorified, Bhagavan, Supreme Lord, Vishesha, entered, Alankritam, decorated, Puram, the city. Thus, surrounded by his well-wishing relatives and praised on all sides, Lord Krishna, the crest jewel of the justly renowned, entered the decorated city. Purport. Srila Prabhupada writes, while Lord Krishna was entering the city, all the people were talking among themselves about the glories of the Lord, praising his tangible name, quality, form, etc. Only 29 also and 31 to 32. 29 translation. Sutas, Magadas, Gandharvas, Vandis, jesters and Brahmanas all glorified the lotus-eyed Lord. Some reciting prayers, some dancing, some are singing as mridangas, conch shells, kettle drums, veenas, panavas and gomkas resounded. 30th is, thus surrounded by his well-wishing relatives and praised on all sides, Lord Krishna, the crest jewel of all the justly renowned, entered the city, decorated city. And 31 to 32. The roads of Indraprastha were sprinkled with water perfumed by the liquid from elephant's forehead, and colorful flags, golden gateways, and full water pots enhanced the city's splendor. Men and young girls were beautifully arrayed in fine new garments, adorned with flower garlands and ornaments, and anointed with aromatic sandalwood paste. Every home displayed glowing lamps and respectful offerings, and from the holes of the latticed windows drifted incense, further beautifying the city. Banners waved and the roofs were decorated with golden domes on board silver bases. Thus Lord Krishna saw the royal city of the king of Kurus. Purport. Srila Prabhupada adds in this connection, Lord Krishna does enter the city of Pandavas, enjoyed the beautiful atmosphere and slowly proceeded ahead. Offer praise. Om Ajnantimirandasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurum Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namah. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Utapadakammalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavam Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunadantam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savdutam Pariyanasayitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakam नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी नित्यानंद नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामने गौरतिशय नमः हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कांतर शिवासदि गौरवतुंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. I seek blessings of all devotees who are present here. Prince Prabhu, Anandavan Prabhu, and Sri Ram Prabhu, and all other devotees, Nityananda Prabhu, to bless me so that I will be able to speak in glorification of the Lord in Parampara and for my own purification. So I will try to speak what I have heard to glorify Lord. So here the Pandavas receiving Lord Krishna into Indraprastha city, and here this 29th verse, Sutas, Magadas, Gandharvas, Vandis, Jastas and Brahmanas all glorified the lotus-eyed Lord. Some reciting prayers, some dancing, some are singing as mridangas, conch shell, kettle drums, venas, panos and bhumkas resounded. So here Lord is welcomed through prayers and some are dancing, some are singing. So yesterday I was hearing in Radhavan Maharaj lecture, he was saying how that everyone should utilize his skill or a talent given by Krishna. Here some are dancing, some are singing, some are playing mridangas, some different. Everybody with different instruments, and brahmanas are praying. So whatever Krishna has given to us, we should utilize in service of the Lord, to enhance our Krishna consciousness, to increase our remembrance of the Lord, because yadda anudyasini ayukta karma grandhi nibandhana. When we remember Lord by chanting and all different activities, serving the Lord, by that way our material bondage is we can cut this material bondage. So everyone should utilize whatever Krishna has given talent or skill and use it in service of the Lord, and not to become proud, or one should not think that my service is better. Somebody is worshipping the Lord in the altar, or somebody cleaning the floor, somebody is singing, and somebody is playing mridanga, or different services, somebody doing in the kitchen. So everybody should do it for pleasure of the Lord, for enhance, for developing our Krishna consciousness, not to become proud that I am special. Like that, one should use all his given by the Lord. And here we see the Pandavas are desperately waiting for Krishna's darshan, arrival of Lord Krishna, and they all we see how Yudhishthira Maharaj, when he met Lord Krishna, as if he felt he has regained his life. You know? Yes, so this desperateness is needed in our spiritual life uh, to achieve love of Krishna, to get the darshan of the Lord, or to develop Krishna consciousness, this desperateness, you know. Otherwise, we become complacent and lazy in spiritual life. Then we will not be able to achieve our goal of Krishna Prem. Lord Jesus Christ says to, when I said to his apostles that don't be either cold or hot, not lukewarm. Otherwise, I'll spit it. I'll spit you out. When we first joined, I remember voice in Kharagpur, 2005. So that was the first year we have passed first 6 months, I think, or 1 year over. So they were, you get opportunity to stay in voice, na, Exaloniga. So the first meeting was there. Achan Baba was sitting, and then he told. First he said, well, "We don't want lazy bumps here." I remember this sentence till now. So this becoming lazy in Krishna is very because you have to get up early, chant. If you're lazy, then everything become painful. And but if you are fiery, having regularity, not just one day jumping. One day you are enthusiastic, and next day you are not. You don't find the person like that. So this one has to have that desperate need to practice Krishna consciousness in this life, and not only oneself, growing in Krishna consciousness, help others, because ours is preaching movement. We are staying in temple, so we should ourselves grow and help others also. And if we are ourselves only in uh, become cold or lazy, how we can help others? So we have to be very earning eagerness for Krishna consciousness. And the process is by hearing and chanting the glories of the Lord. And in chanting also we should have desperateness um, for yesterday I was hearing lecture of His Holiness Ram Maharaj about lecture in Benapol, where begging Hardas Thakur for Nam Ruchi. So there Maharaj says that we should be crying for, begging Lord for Nam Ruchi when we are chanting when we are chanting. And Maharaj says that all problems will be solved if one gets this Namruchi, you know, and is the only solution for all problems. Because when we have Krishna consciousness, higher taste in Krishna consciousness, all other things will not disturb us. But if we don't have proper standing, in Krishna consciousness, then all other things disturbs us. And sex, desire, these all the number one problem. The material world is Maithunagar. So if one doesn't develop his higher taste in Krishna consciousness, one will be vulnerable to all the other uh, things of this world. So this desperateness is needed with patience. Uh, one should practice, and we see how in the prayers of prayers of Rukmini, when she wrote letter to Lord Krishna, how she was um, so desperately waiting for Krishna's shelter, mercy. I will read one sloka from that, how she is praying. She writes, if I have sufficiently worshipped the Supreme Personality of Godhead by pious works, sacrifices, charity, rituals, and vows, and also by worshipping the demigods, brahmanas, and gurus, then may Gadagraja come and take my hand, and not Damgosha's son or anyone else. Here she says that uh, that the Acharya comments as follows on this verse. Rukmini felt that no one could obtain Lord Krishna by the efforts of a single lifetime. Therefore, she earnestly pointed out the pious activities she had performed in that life and previous lives, hoping to convince Krishna to come. So, uh, she was telling, well, one should be patiently practicing Krishna consciousness and waiting for the mercy of the Lord. Not that within few days you will achieve everything. And she is telling here lifetimes of bhakti. Still, it will take. That what Rukmini Devi is saying. It may take lifetimes, but one should be patient and waiting for the mercy of the Lord. Then she says that, O lotus-eyed one, great souls like Lord Shiva hanker to bathe in the dust of your lotus feet and thereby destroy their ignorance. If I cannot obtain your mercy, I shall simply give my vital force, which will have become weak from the severe penances I will perform. Then, after hundreds of lifetimes of endeavor, I may obtain your mercy. So here she is saying, if I don't get, I will simply give up my life, my vital force. And Sri Chetma says, if I can get Krishna Prem by giving up this body, I will die millions of times. Now, not just giving up body, one will not get Krishna. One has to, she was telling, I shall give up my vital force, which will have become weak from severe penances I will perform. By uh, her endeavors and penances to please Krishna, life after life. By that she may become weak and give up her body, like that. So one has to be intense in one's spiritual life. I want only Krishna. इसको बंद कर देना आपको चाहिए आप so one should be intense in one spiritual life. I want only Krishna, not any other things. Or I want only to please Guru Vaishnavas, because Krishna is prasada bhagat prasada is prasadan nagati kutopi. If that is the only goal, that is the only there in one's heart, and if one endeavors and works hard for Krishna, even if one dies, there is no problem. Next life he can again continue, and in few lifetimes or whenever Lord shows mercy, one can get Krishna Prem. Otherwise, but many times, what happens when one before Krishna consciousness, we are enjoying in the outside world, many things. Somebody watching TV, movies, like that, and so many things are there outside to enjoy. But after coming Krishna consciousness, we try to enjoy things in keeping Krishna in the front. मतलब कृष्ण नाम पे रहेगा but अपना to increase our glory and fame and status को, मतलब वो एक लेवल रहता है ना, हम ऐसे कर रहे हैं, मतलब लाइक ना, श्री निताई गौरांग की, शिल प्रपाद की. I can say from my own experience or my own mind how it thinks of, like I said, DTs. So D department is like na taking care of DTs. We think that कुछ standard अच्छा होना चाहिए. So if anybody comes to temple, if they see inside DT everywhere, बहुत अच्छा है, वो ना कौन मैनेज करते हैं इधर. दर्शन बहुत अच्छा, एक्चुअली पूरा वर्ल्ड में है ना, न्यूटाउन टेम्पल में क्या डीटीज का दर्शन फर्स्ट क्लास होना चाहिए. Why? Because I am managing that. Because so this kind, and we'll work hard for that also. And it depends on intention. Because if you have pure intention to serve Lord and increase the glories of Nitai Gauranga, that is okay. But we many times, I can say myself, and during Janmashtami time, I was doing all services, and Sri Ram was not there, so I was doing, but because of not able to attend even Bhagavatam class also. So हमारा दिमाग कुछ अलग था ना, somehow maintain and manage your level things. So so somewhere at that time it is over. So our with the help of our Abhiram Gopal Prabhu, we did nice decoration, everybody happy. So then I thought this Kartik is coming. Then I thought कार्तिक में भी कुछ होना चाहिए. बिकॉज एक लेवल डेकोरेशन होने के बाद लगता है कुछ और अच्छा है ना, नॉट फॉर द प्लेजर ऑफ द लॉर्ड, हम किया है. So this kind of and ready to work hard to get that and whatever. So this kind of mind goes, but instructions given by superiors, शिक्षा gurus, उसके लिए हार्ड वर्क करने के लिए माइंड डजंट एलो, वो सब बैकग्राउंड में रहता है. I can say myself, I never worked hard to keep that what is expected. But for other things, to increase our glory, status quo, we work very hard, day and night, sleepless nights, everything. So this kind of, but one has to have uh, intense desire to please Guru and Krishna. That is what needed. So here in the prayers of Gajendra also, how he was praying to the Lord. He offered a lot of prayers. When he was caught in the jaws of the crocodile. Mm, because this material world is also like caught up in the jaws of this material nature, and however we may be expert, one will become weak. Uh, it is like going upstream. Practicing spiritual life is like going upstream. When you are practicing, so you are swimming upstream, and it takes effort. But after some time, you see, till now I was gone swimming now. I've been swimming. Now you will take little relax. Then immediately you will go back, because the stream is going that side. So we should be extremely cautious and mm, go on staying against uh, this material nature and practice. Uh, so here, after he struggled, this Gajendra, afterwards he came to know that I cannot do myself anything, and he became weak, and then he offered prayers to the Lord, which he remembered from his previous life, and finally offer this kind of prayer. I do not wish to live anymore after I am released from the attack of the crocodile. What is the use of an elephant's body covered externally and internally by ignorance? I simply desire eternal liberation from the covering of ignorance. That covering is not destroyed by the influence of time. I simply desire eternal liberation from the covering of ignorance, he says. So he was not just want to come out of this jaws of the crocodile. He want to come out of the jaws of this material nature. And he says, now fully desiring release from material life, I offer my respectful obeisance unto the Supreme Person, who is the creator of the universe, who is himself the form of the universe, and who is nonetheless transcendental to this cosmic manifestation. He is the supreme knower of everything in this world, the super soul of the universe. He is unborn, supremely situated. I offer my respectful obeisances unto him. Here, in the purport, it comes Namaha. So, this surrendering unto the Lord, that is is finally is expected from the Jiva, Namaha. I offer my respectful obeisances. Till that time, material nature will go on giving, dose. I was thinking, uh, when we do offering boga, arti, we say in the mantra always Namaha comes in the end. So after reading that purport, I was saying, every day I say Namaha Namaha in the mantra when I offering. I never think of Nam, I'm surrendering. In that every mantra it is there Namaha. You offer some item and you say Krishna Namaha, like that. For every item you offer, there is Namaha. So, and then I was thinking I should be conscious when I say Namaha means I am surrendering to the Lord, not ritualistically doing. So this surrender is required from the jiva. Mm, and, doing everything only for the pleasure of the Lord, not for anything for oneself. So this desperate, intense desire for pure devotional service should be there. So, and also one should fear. What should be the fears? Fear in one life, in our life. I was hearing in one lecture of Rama Maharaj says that our supreme fear should be uh, Vaishnava Aparadha. And we have, as we discussed now, there should be intense desire to practice and chant the holy names. And Sri Chaitanya says that if one is chanting Hare Krishna and offending Vaishnavas, the holy name will punish him. He says. So the supreme fear should be not to offend devotees, Vaishnava, that one. So I was contemplating on this. We have many fears in our own what we fear our health may go down. We take care of all the things. Winter is coming, उसके लिए कंबल निकालेगा, धोएगा, उसको रेडी करेगा, स्वेटर्स कंबल एवरीथिंग सब निकलता है लॉकर से. So we fear in winter our health may go, and we drink hot water like that. So, and their fears in the social circle that my weaknesses nobody should know, otherwise मेरा image ये हो जाएगा. So this kind of fear may be there, and so many fears. Actually, living entity always in fearful condition, to defending, to maintain one status quo, glory, fame, and and whole world is working hard for fear of this material to maintain oneself. So, and we know we hear in the corporate circle so much fear is there, and nobody stay in one company. Is going from one company to another company, and company people also don't want to keep person. They also want to, if somebody is saying, if one is experienced, then slowly you have to increase his salary. So if you are getting the same amount of work from new person, why have to keep some experienced person? I will remove and keep new one, so that I have to pay less. So this kind of makes fearful situation everywhere, only just for living. So what to speak of many other things, what we eat, everybody is, now we take prasad. बहुत बार हमको पता नहीं चलता क्या ले रहे, कैसे उधर कंपनी में कैसा बना, कैसा पैकिंग होके आया, like oil, all the things, but no option, so you take it. So like that, many things makes fearful, but at least myself, I never think fearful of whether I am offending devotee or not. मेरे तो ऐसा है, कभी कभी जोक करते हैं, और we may speak in a way to give pain to the other person, or so many, मतलब I myself do. But our supreme fear should be not to offend devotees. And supreme goal of life is also to serve devotees. Maharaj says in that because by serving devotees, you can please Krishna. But still, somehow, this principle to go inside is very, for me at least, But if one understands this principle, that as a prasada, Bhagavad prasada, by serving Guru, Vaishnavas, one will get, because bhakti is like getting from the person who has, instead of trying oneself to get. Yogi path is like, you work hard so to achieve, but in the path of bhakti, where you associate with people, persons who are having Krishna consciousness, automatically you will inherit, you will get from them. But if you don't have proper that attitude, or service attitude is not there, then you may try work hard. Because yesterday when I was hearing this begging Haridas Thakur, that lecture, so Haridas Thakur was chanting every day 192 rounds, like that. But when in Mahaprakash Lila, when Sri Chaitanya Prabhu asked him for any benediction, first he says that I don't want any benediction. But after Lord insists him not to ask benediction, then he says, he asked for the remnants of the devotees. If you want to give this benediction, please grant me this benediction of getting remnants of the devotees. And for that, if I have to become a dog, I am ready to become a dog, he says. So then I was thinking, it is, if usually when we want to chant more rounds, and then it is like we want to not like as a comparing with a yogic process, where somebody is doing yoga process in a meditation. The consciousness is not much depend on others. Apna say, but here Haridas Thakur is saying his consciousness is to get the remnants of the devotees. By that one can advance. So this not only intensely practicing Krishna consciousness, chanting, hearing, and also and having this dependence on Lord and His devotees. Both are needed. One has to intensely practice, and also one should have desire for Krishna consciousness and serve devotees. And by serving them, one gets Sususho Shaddadanasya Vasudeva Katarja. When Maharaj says that it is not possible otherwise, Maharaj says, if you want Nam Ruchi or Krishna, this that you will get by serving devotees who are having that Nam Ruchi. So this is very important. And so this desperate eagerness for Krishna consciousness we can maintain by sadhu sangha, in the association of devotees. Sometimes we become, I see myself to alone sit, read, hear, बहुत बार ऐसे है ना. Sometimes I feel need of help of other devotees. And अकेले नहीं कर पा रहे तो at least take help of others and increase our Krishna consciousness. If one is able to manage oneself, that is okay. If one is not able to do one, like in that sense, even the basic. Ultimately, with संघे शक्ति खुलेगा, संघ में you get Shakti to practice Krishna and help each other, inspire in Krishna consciousness. So we should be ready to do anything, sacrifice for association of devotees and association of those who are more advanced or more serious, who are within our friends or within our association, who are serious in Krishna consciousness. And then you can get that seriousness in one's life. So this all we discussed, that how Pandavas are desperately waiting for the darshan of the Lord arrival. And then we discussed how one should be desperate like Rukmini and Gajendra, that intensely taking shelter of the Lord. Then for that one should associate with sadhus, sadhu devotees. Then one can get that namruchi and in one's life by Sushusho Shaddadanasya Vasudev Katha Ruchi Syan Mahat Sevaya Vipra Punyatedani Shivanat. So by serving devotees, one can get, one can develop that desperateness, eagerness in Krishna consciousness, and one should fear to offend devotees. And the goal of life is also to serve devotees for the pleasure of the Lord. Hare Krishna. If anybody have comments or any question, otherwise it is already becoming 9. Rajgopal. Test, where test after that.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji, for highlighting the principle of becoming the servant of the servant. I was really touched by speaking of Hardas Thakur praying to Lord Chaitanya to accept, to get the fortune, to get the remnants of devotees, and even for that sake he has to become a dog. Hardas Thakur is eager for it. How to cultivate this kind of consciousness? Because this is something mind-boggling.
For me also.
Lord, if you could throw some light with your realizations.
I will tell my situation. At least. Some of inherently myself don't feel to depend on others, and even though we have read from scriptures that dust of the devotees and remnants of the devotees, water washed from the devotees, that we take when Maharajas come and devotees. I also ask and take. But that eagerness for myself, I say, that eagerness to serve, कुछ मौका मिले फिजिकल सर्विस भी उनको करेंगे, ऐसा डिजायर भी मेरे को उतना आता नहीं. दूसरा, सेकंड वन इज वाणी सेवा, तो वो भी उतना नहीं है. ऐसा है, ठीक है, वाणी कर रहे हैं, जो बोला कर रहे हैं, दूर से कुछ बोल रहे हैं, वो भी लाइक एज आई सेड सर्विंग इन डीटी से वो मिला, taking care of that's it. But that intentions are not so pure. जितना भी वर्क कर रहे हैं वो गुरु के लिए कर रहा हूँ, वो चेतना मेरे तो में नहीं है. तो both ways it is. That's why I'm taking help of other devotees. Sri Ram Prabhu को help ले रहा था. I was not having desire to hear or do sal now, even though I have time. Then I was asking him, थोड़ा मिलके पढ़ाई करेंगे करके. So hope I may get some help of Sriram Prabhu and other devotees, and you know, so maybe by association of devotees, and so as I'm saying that ना गुरु से भी सुनने के लिए इच्छा नहीं है, तो ठीक है, एटलीस्ट डिवोटीज के साथ बैठ के किया तो when we hear we may get some enlightenment in hearing, then we'll apply. Taking help of devotees, what I'm doing, I'm saying, taking help of other devotees and hear, then slowly after you hear from Guru Maharaj and or sadhu, then we may understand what is the real value thing. Then we may, if we understand the importance of something, we will work or not sacrifice anything for that. I can say myself, I don't feel the importance only. That's why actually, like Hardas Thakur is asking remnants. So अभी तक उसका वैल्यू हमको उतना we may take, but still उतना श्रद्धा नहीं हो सकता है. Like now we here in Nardumani, he has taken remnants and he heard. So he became Nardum in the next life. But that is actually वो श्रद्धा रहेगा तो रहेगा. Like we hear ना another devotee in Chaitanya Leela. He is used to Kalidas. He has lot of shraddha of remnants of devotees, and he used to feed all devotees and take remnants. And we read in that purport, he ate all the devotees remnants in that all West Bengal. So there, that's why he got he goes to the in Puri. He directly in front of everyone, he goes to the Lord. He pours water and he drinks. And somebody is washing the feet of the Lord. He takes 1, 2, 3. Enough. It's okay. Sufficient. So आप तो पूछ रहे हैं, मैं एक्चुअली मेरा सिचुएशन तो ऐसे है, मतलब नॉट हैविंग एनी श्रद्धा, बाय एसोसिएशन ऑफ डिवोटीज हमें वी कैन डेवलप. हरे कृष्ण. आप बोल सकते हैं आप कुछ. प्रेम से धनराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की.